What are you munching on, you fatty?
Sliced bread.
Huh?
Sliced bread.
What do you mean, sliced bread?
Well, it's bread that's sliced.
That is genius. Oh my god.
Yeah, whenever I'm sad, I just eat a slice of bread that really works wonders.
Wow, look at how happy they are. Don't you wish you could be like them? Well, now you can with one small purchase of the newest invention, sliced bread, at a low purchase of 1 doubloon per slice. You too could be happy. Make the change today. Start carb loading now. Best thing since milled wheat.
I didn't have a Celsius the other day and it honestly ruined my entire week.
Well, you know who else didn't have a Celsius? The slaves. In fact, no one in the late 1800s had a Celsius or any type of energy drink. All they had was pain and suffering.
Damn, that sucks. You know, if you really think about it, energy drinks wouldn't have been here without industrialization.
Is that the only thing you took from that?
I mean, yeah, there was a lot of death and stuff, but everything happens for a reason. Kind of like John Sullivan's idea of manifest destiny.
What the hell are you yapping about?
Dude, lock in. In order to get a good grade, we have to talk about this crap. Now, talk about the homestead in the late 1800s.
Fine. Basically, the president at the time gave free land to all the people who were desperate enough to move west and settle. This took away land from the natives and made tension between the tribes. Some examples are the Sand Creek Massacre, where the Slayan tribes burned homes and killed settlers. The Battles of Little Bighorn, which is known as the biggest American defeat.
Okay, the people listening don't care. Let's talk about something more interesting.
Okay, skank, you talk about something then.
Fine.
Can't think of anything, can you Dumbo?
At least I'm not built like Dumbo, you fatty. Oh, that reminds me. In this period of industrialization, there was a lot of inventors. Inventing
what?
Well, there was the telephone, created by Alexander Graham Bell. Oh, and Thomas Edison made the phonograph and the light bulb. And Nikola Tesla
created the Tesla.
No, he did create the alternating current in the Tesla coil, though.
Which is used to make a Tesla.
Noah, just stop.
Okay.
Anyways, while there were people trying to improve others' ways of life, there were also people taking advantage of others. And they were called robber barons.
That sounds so badass.
I mean, it low-key was. They were all like the Monopoly guy with the top hat and white mustache.
I thought you said they took advantage of people.
Oh yeah, no, they definitely did, but they probably looked really cool while they did it. Like, I bet when Cornelius Vanderbilt was building all of those railroads, he had a brand new pair of loafers on. Or when Andrew Carnegie was vertically integrating the steel world, I bet he had a sick-ass watch on his wrist. Or when...
Okay, I think we all get it. But if we want to get a good grade, we need to talk about how this relates to the big picture. You feel me?
No, I don't feel ya.
Whatever. So basically, after the beginning of industrialization and Reconstruction, there was the Gilded Age, which basically represented good on the outside, bad on the inside.
Oh, like your wallet.
No. The outside was stuff like the growing economy, new technology, the social gospel, and stuff. The inside was stuff like robber barons and corrupt politics and stuff.
Oh my god, shut up.
Okay?
Can we just wrap this up, dude?
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so the major industrial cities were cities like Boston, Chicago, and New York. Immigration rates rose as European immigrants passed through Ellis Island and Asian immigrants passed through Angel Island.
There was the Chinese Exclusion Act, which prohibited Chinese workers from immigrating to the U.S., and industrialization kind of comes to an end with the Gentleman's Agreement, which restricted Japanese immigration.
Thank God, we're finally done.
Noah, we still have 2 more units to cover.
What the fuck?
The year is 1879, and candles are going out of style. Do you know what you need?
What?
The light bulb.
Ooh. What's that?
It's a shiny ball that lights up a room using electricity. It's the hottest thing in the year 1879.
Whoa, who invented this crazy new invention?
For legal reasons, I have to say Thomas Edison, but off the books, he developed the light bulb based on a pre-existing work that dates back to the turn of the 19th century.
Oh, that's, cool.
Buy a light bulb for $45.99. It'll light up your world.
So what are we talking about now?
Progressivism, I think.
Oh, like the insurance agency?
I actually don't know.
Flo is low-key fine.
Okay. Anyways, what do you already know about progressivism?
Well, I know that it was a time of reshaping the country and changing it for the better.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you got a better way of putting it?
I do actually, with facts and logic.
Oh, Lord.
There were lots of problems that needed fixing, like labor problems. Workers suffered from working long hours, low wages, and poor working conditions.
True. There was even a big problem of child labor.
Is that seriously all you have to say? I cannot believe you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Don't think about it too hard.
Okay, what else?
I can't be the only one contributing to this. You do something.
All right, calm down, woman. Strikes and unions gained popularity in ways of changing laws and policies that citizens deemed unfair. The people practiced collective bargaining, which consisted of negotiating as a group for higher wages and better working conditions. Some examples included the Homestead Strike, the Knights of Labor, and other people like Eugene V. Debs, Samuel Gompers, and many more.
Some famous people in the progressive era were Theodore Roosevelt, W.B. Du Bois, Booker T. Washington, and many more.
Hey, I know those guys. Where'd you learn about them?
We're in the same history class, Noah.
Shut up.
Anyways, Theodore Roosevelt had a pretty significant role throughout this era, serving as a president, but doing many more things than just that.
Right. He started the Rough Riders during the Spanish-American War and led many men into battle before a few years later, where Teddy Boy was elected to a full term of presidency in 1904.
His policies included the Square Deal, which consisted of control of corporations, consumer protection, and conservation of natural resources.
Other policies included trust busting, big stick diplomacy, the Pure Food and Drug Act in 1906, the Meat Inspection Act, and the conservation of certain areas from being constructed on.
Do you only know about Theodore Roosevelt?
What's wrong with that?
Whatever. Some other important policies were the new plan, the Federal Reserve Act, and the 19th Amendment, which finally gave women the right to vote.
Boo. Honey, I'm home. Honey? Honey, where are you?
Oh, darling, you'll never believe what I've been doing all day.
That definitely doesn't imply anything.
Oh, you silly goose. Get your head out of the gutter. I've been sat in the den all day watching television. It's like the radio, but with pictures.
Wait, so it's like going to the movies, but from the comfort of your own home?
Bingo!
That's not my name, sweetie.
You're ridiculous.
We'll get back to your possible infidelity at a later time. Tell me more about this television.
Oh, all I did was call this number and pay the low price of $2,000, and suddenly this magic box was on our front porch.
Sorcery.
Basically, but without all the devil stuff. Hopefully.
Wow. Now we can be entertained and kept updated while sitting on our couch.
And think of all the extra time it'd give us.
To make popcorn.
Finally, we can talk about something interesting.
What exactly are we talking about?
Life and culture in the 1920s, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Life in the 1920s was absolutely amazing.
Wait, didn't World War I just end? How can life be so good?
I don't know. I'm just here to summarize what I was told. Anyways, cities were more popular and urbanization really created a more impersonal city culture.
Oh, okay. That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, I know.
Must be someone's time of the month. Those my cricket noises.
Dude, what the hell?
So So, prohibition. Let's talk about that. Prohibition is basically, or was, the banning of alcohol. It was put into motion by the 18th Amendment, and it was repealed by the 21st. There was also a rise in crime. Both of these are because the government was low-key broke, so they couldn't enforce much, which kind of made some of the laws that were passed unuseful.
Okay, whatever. That's not the interesting stuff. Let's talk about stuff like the Scopes trials or how family dynamics changed or literally anything else.
Zam! Fine. The Scopes trials were kind of at the forefront of science versus religion. Basically, a teacher named John Scopes taught evolution, which is illegal at the time and is fined. My man John protests, but is eventually found guilty. I don't really know that much about women.
Yeah, I can tell.
Women in the 1920s, you didn't let me finish.
Still.
Whatever, you talk about it.
Women in the 20s were becoming liberalized.
Goddamn libtards.
And their mindset shifted. This resulted in flappers and emancipated women who felt more confident in their bodies. They started entering the workforce and overall just started pushing the gender boundaries, or gender norms, I guess, that were already in place. This also meant that they were more educated, as was the majority of the U.S. There were also unrelated things like the circulation of newspapers and radios, yada, yada, yada.
Okay, some important people were people like George Gershwin, or Scott F. Fitzgerald, or Ernest Hemingway, all of which contributed to pop culture and entertainment around the world. There were also people like W.E.B. Du Bois, who we mentioned earlier. He founded the NAACP, which kind of fueled some civil rights movements at the time that highlighted black voices and resulted in things like the Harlem Renaissance and Back to Africa movement.
Why is everything so happy? I don't like it.
Dude, what do you mean you don't like it?
No, I mean that something bad's gonna happen now, right?
In the sense that, shut the hell up.
I was just trying to do a segue.
Huh?
I was trying to say that while minorities were prospering, there were still groups or instances that highlighted the ever-prevalent racism.
Well, duh. There was the KKK, which targeted blacks and often resulted in death.
Yeah, but there was also the Red Scare, which resulted in things like the Palmer Raids and the National Origins Act, which limited immigration. Dude, are you sleeping?
Obviously, I'm tired. We've been talking for like 10 minutes.
Imagine how everyone else feels.
Okay, let's wrap this up. Too many people buying on margin resulted in imaginary money, which led to the stock market crash, which led to the Great Depression. People were living in slums, unemployment was high, everyone hates Herbert Hoover. While this was going on, there was a severe drought in the plains which caused the Dust Bowl, which worsened the economy even more. FDR gets into office eventually and kind of fixes everything with his New Deal. Okay, I'm done. Your turn.
FDR's New Deal is a combination of a bunch of different programs meant to better the economy and overall well-being of American citizens. The majority of these programs were put into action under the National Industry Recovery Act. Some more prevalent programs were the CCC, TVA, AAA, and FDIC.
Zam! They got the whole alphabet?
All of these greatly contributed in the nation's recovery in their own ways. The CCC created jobs for the unemployed, the TVA provided cheap hydroelectricity, the AAA helped get rid of crop and livestock surplus, and the FDIC helped put trust back in banks by ensuring individual deposits. Okay, done.
Hooray!
And now we never have to do another high school history project ever again.
This is better than
Noah! PG-13.
Better than stargazing in a non-polluted countryside.
Whatever you say, bud.
Okay, guys, like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell so you never miss an episode. See you next time. Peace.
Peace.